So I don't tend to sow into seed trays like this. The reason I don't sow into seed trays, unless I've got something that I've got loads of, the reason I don't sow into those is because one, why sow into there and you've got, you know, a packet of seed with say 50 seeds in, you don't want to sow it into there. So you'd sow it into a flower pot, like that, yeah? The other reason I don't sow into seed trays is if you sow them into here, this depth will dry out often a lot quicker. And what happens is you might get a dry patch here, it's wet in the middle, another dry patch here, which again will affect your germination. Whereas if you sow it in a pot, and as long as that's fully charged full of water, you'll get an even distribution of moisture throughout that pot, and it'll hold that moisture a lot better. Some people say, well, I sow in a seed tray and I'll sow this variety here and I put the two labels and I sow another. If they're all different, they'll all germinate at all different times. You won't know whether to keep it in your propagator or take it out, or keep it on the windowsill covered or not. That's the difference. So take yourself a flower pot, that's a round one. I prefer square flower pots myself because you get more of them in an area. And again, you fill that up with your compost. Now, you need a gap to sow the seed. So all that is a little square of wood that I made that fits the pot. If you can't see at the back, it's a smaller one of those which fits a tray, yeah? So it's just a piece of wood. If you've got a round pot, you've all got one of these, a jam jar lid. So you just make and again, you firm it down. And you've got somewhere to sow the seeds. Now before you sow it, you need to water it. So that pot is fully charged full of water. So I would take a can with a fine rose and water it. And that's what I would use so that it's nice and moist. So like all good Blue Peak presenters, here's one I prepared earlier, so it's nice and moist. Now you're ready for water, ready to actually sow it. Before we do that, let's talk water. When you're watering pots for seedlings, don't use water out of your water butt. Always use tap water. I know tap water, depending on where you live, could have a bit of chlorine, it could have anything else, but if that's clean enough for you to drink, it's clean enough for my seedlings. If you use water out of a water butt, you don't know what's been going into your water butt, because everything that flies over that drain pipe can go down into that water butt. And if you live where I do, we've got a high population of pigeons, and I don't like pigeons into my water butt and using it for seedlings, so hence use tap water. It's clean. Yes, sir.